So welcome back to my channel, and now it's time for our fourth video, and it's about our advanced features of this basic language. Okay, so today is the class of advanced feature. So let's now open our notes of basic language hatch 3, as I have not given any notes of our first video. So it's our fourth video, and it's about I'll be saying advanced features of basic language. Okay, sorry. So advanced features of basic language. So at first, in the advanced features, there it is coming as read and data statements. So what are these read and data statements? Let us at first know that the data or input may be put into computers by using let and input statements. But for the alternative alternative way, we have before that we have something called read and data statement. So for the alternative way, we have this data statement. Why we are using it? Reason for this. As we know that the let and input statements have some limitations. So these let and input statements have some limitations. That's why we use read and data statements. Okay, sorry, statements. So we use read and data statements for that reason. Okay, so this is the reason why we use read and data statements. So let's now open QBasic and let's now try it. So as I open QBasic, you can see that this interface comes as I have already seen you. So let's now write the syntax. So before that, let's open the our notepad and write the syntax for the read and data statement. So what is the syntax? At first, line number as usual, but here in QB64 we get it already. After line number, we are going to write read and then variables list by giving comma. Then after that, what we write? Line number read variables list by giving comma. Okay, sorry. Yes, so by giving comma, and then after that what we write means in the next line we also write line number. Then we write not in the next line, but we can write in any length of line. Okay, so this is read variables list by given comma line number. Then here we will be writing data. Then we will be writing constants list by giving comma here. So here when we write all the datas, when we write all the datas, then what happens is that all the datas are taken as the variables respectively. So what is the meaning of this? So let's take one example and do. So what is the example? Let us take that 10 is our line number, and we are going to write read A, B, and C. Okay, so if I write this, and then in the 20 number line, if I write data is 6, I'm saying 7, and I'm saying 3. Then here the above example describes that A is equals to 6, B is equals to 7, and as we know that C is equals to 3. Okay, so this means that this and this, as I have said. So now let's check it, that is this correct or not. So we are always going to do the practical as well as theoretical. So this is the most important thing in every subject, not only coding, not only mathematics. In every subject we have to do the practical thing. So let's write it. So read. So read what? Let's write the variable as kh, the k and then l, and then I write data. Data is you can say 45, then 79 and blah blah, anything we can write. Okay, so 46 here. And now if we click on this run, and then if we run, then let's see what is the value coming. Okay, so nothing is coming. So let's remove it. As we can see that nothing is coming. So what will be coming? We know the print statement. In our previous classes we saw what is the print statement. So if you have not seen that video, then please go and see that at first and then come to see this video, because all the steps is necessary. Everything has some steps. So print, and then we will be writing what is the variable. Okay, so age, as we know that age is here, read age as 45 here respectively it has done. So I will be writing print age, which is a valid thing. Okay, so which is a valid thing, we can write that print age. Then we will be clicking on run and then start. Then what is the value coming? Let's see and let's wait. Yes, you got it right. It's 45. As we know that respectively age means 45. Okay, so age means 45. So answer is coming as 45. So this was the read and data statement, which is very interesting. It is very interesting, we can say. So this has been done of read and data statements. Okay, so after learning this read and data statement, what we can write is, let's see what we can do now. So as we have learned the end statement, stop statement, end statement, then we have done the print statement, which we can see here in the lists. So now we are going to write something learn about some advanced feature of what? Some advanced features. So advanced features of print statement. So some advanced features of print statement we are going to learn now. So comma control. So what is this comma control really about? So here after the print we can write this something A, then comma. If we write comma, then B, then comma C. If we write like this, okay, so if we write like this, then this is known as comma control. Let's see here. So now if I write that H, then comma L, then comma K, and then press enter, and now let's run. So let's see what is the value coming. Is it coming H, L, K, or okay? So it's a very good feature in basic language, because we know that if we write comma, then a huge means sufficient spaces comes here. So H is 45, then L is 46, and K is 97. So this is coming. So comma's meaning is what? We have done practically. So what is the meaning of comma? Let's write. The comma control in basic language prints the value of value of variable listed, values of variable listed with some sufficient spaces. So now if I write something else, like a huge number like L, then F, then you can say W, then Q, then I'm giving P, okay. So and then here also I'm giving that it is 7, it is 56, okay, so then it is 79, and then 1 2 3 4 5 6, so 1 2 3 4 5 6, another we have to give, which is 13 I'm giving, 31 I'm giving, and then here K, then F, then W, then Q, then we can say P, and then if we run, then let's see what is the value coming. Okay, so as you can see, it prints with a sufficient manner, and after that when the line has been increased a lot, then it just immediately goes to the second line. So it has some fixed values, means fixed sufficient spaces. So now here we can write that the variables, if listed a lot and cannot be loaded in a single line, goes immediately directly to the next line. So this is one means you can say one statement of this, one note of this, some advanced features of print statement. So we can write also this like this, when the space gets increased a lot, and then if I say that it is means goes to the next line immediately. And now here when I will be teaching you the styling thing in this QB64, then you will be getting that how to style or resize our means fixed window. As I just run, you can see here, okay, so it is one current means fixed window, and if we just again run it, then it is always the fixed window. So we can resize that window there also, means when we will be going to style option, means style, when we will be going to the style things, then we can do that. Okay, so now for that time, let's move on to our next topic, which we can say about print tab. So what is again in this, we can say that print with tab. So print with tab, we know that there is one tab function in our keyboard, as we know. And here what we can do is, suppose here it describes is that it also gives one sufficient spaces like that. So if I give one example, let's give one example, print, and then let's write in our QE64. If I write print, if I write print and then if I write tab, if we write tab and then in the bracket if we write suppose something like n plus 3, if I say n plus 3 and here n plus 3 and then this semicolon symbol, and then if I write m and then again semicolon symbol, and then if I write tab and then in the bracket if I write m and they give this and give an n. Let's see what happens. Let's run it and let's see what happens. Okay, so as you can see here, you can see something like this. Okay, so there we can see something like this, means 0 plus 3 and here it is 0. So what is the meaning of this? You can see haphazard things. Let us write here something called let's remove this. Okay, so now if we just again, okay, sorry, I have just clicked something else. So start means F5. So let's press F5 and start. Okay, so it's starting. Let us see. Yes, so I was talking about this only. So it is here 0 and here 0. Why is it coming 0? Okay, so why is it coming 0? Because we know that n here variable of n is nothing. So m is nothing. So if I give that m is equals to 5, then let's see what happens. Okay, so as I write, okay, sorry. As I write that m is 5, and then here what happens is that our this first number goes that much away, means our first 0 becomes 5. Okay, and the second number which is the m means our 5, and then if we write n as n equals to 9, then we will be seeing, then again run, and then let's wait for it. Okay, so here 5 and it comes 9. Okay, so as you can see it becomes 9 and it is 5. So as you can see, if I say here 9, the spaces got interchanged, and I can check the space here also, because tab here means the spaces. I don't want anything like this. I want only 9. Okay, and tab here I just want deleted, and I want only 5. Then if I now run, then what is the output comes? Let's see. Yes, it is 5 and it is 9 as usual, and our tab m means the thing that we are printing in m goes 9 away, and from the initial point it goes 9 spaces, you can say 9 pixel, it is going at right side, and this n thing, which is the 9 thing, is going 5 pixel from the initial point. So this thing is about print tab. So print with tab. Print with tab means, as we have learnt in comma control, it has some fixed values, and in this print tab it has the desired value that we want. Okay, so it has the desired value that we want. So it is a very good thing, we can say. And now, okay, so this print with tab, let's now write here. It prints many things with our wish. It prints anything with our desired spaces that we want. Okay, so here let's write the structure. So what is the structure of this? It is line number, it's bit tricky, and then print, and then tab, and then in the bracket I write n, and then here I write again tab, or I can say I'm not writing anything else. Okay, so this is our structure. Here in the above structure we can see n. So n is your desired pixel space which will be going right side from your initial point or place. So it goes to your initial place, and now this has been done with print with tab, and we can print anything as I have make you learnt about that. And so now moving on to our some extra means we can say extra features of this basic language. So that is looping. Okay, so what is the means extra language which is looping? Or instead of writing looping means only one thing, let us write program control, which is the maximum thing, means sorry maximum not, means which is the main thing in this basic language. Instead of this we cannot make the flow of the program. As I have make you learn in the algorithm section, means flowchart and algorithm, we have learned that flowchart means what? Flowchart is one flow of the program. It decides the flow of the program by giving the flow lines, and by this way only this program control consists of some codes. So what are these important codes? So the codes are, we can say goto is the important code that we write, and we write this goto. And in the previous class we have learnt about the if and then else if, like this we have learned. So in this tutorial we are going to learn about this, we can say we are going to write about this goto program, and we are going to write means learn another topic which is a very important thing, which is you can say for. Okay, so codes for, then here next, and like this on. So goto, at first let's write goto. So what is this goto? It decides that after one line then which line will come. Basically our this QBasic basic language is always in a flow of this line thing, means in a flow of up to down. And we know that if I write print here, suppose I write print here hello, I write hello, print hello, and then in the next line I write print print hi, again disturbing. So print hi. Then in some other languages like C and then like HTML, if we write like this, then what will happen? Do you know? The code is not print like this. But if we write hello and then in the next line means 6 and then 7, if we write hello, then it will be printing what? Do you know? Hello, and then in the line hi. like this it will be printing. Okay, so this thing will be printing in that. But in this basic language we have a very good feature, which is about we can say very good feature, which is it just comes in a flow line. So let's run it and let's see. Yes, hello and then hi, because we are writing this in the next line, so it will be coming in the next line. Okay, so this is one means very good feature in QBasic. And now what is the go-to feature we know? If it decides that after one line, then which line will be coming in the simplest language I am writing this. So let's now write the structure of go to statement. So what is the structure of go to statement? So now let's write it. Structure of go to statement, line number, then we will be write go to, and then again line number. Okay, so what is the meaning of this? Let's write it. Now let's erase it all and then write. Suppose I write input x. If I write that input x, and then in the next line if I write in x is equals to if x is equals to 5, and then okay, so here then, and then in the next line okay, I'm giving the end if so that it does not disturb us. So if x equals to 5, then what happens? Go to, and then line number what? Let us write something which is interesting, 10. And 10 is not defined. So here in this 10 number thing, it does not understand that what is 10. So for that we have to write the line number here. Anywhere we can write 10 and then we can start our job. We can start that print. Okay, so you like 5, like this. So okay, you like 5. So now the red color symbol has gone. If we erase this 10, again coming here, if we give on 1 and then again going, because 10 is getting defined when we are writing this 10. Okay, so it does not matter in this QBasic statement, which is always giving us number. So nothing factors in that. The thing that factors is we are giving the line number. We should always give the line number, which is the most important thing we can give. But sometimes not. We usually do not give. We just give in some go-to statements because it is needed. We require it, so we give. So go to 10 and 10 means print, so you like 5. And then here we can write that else and then here we write go to 12. So here see level 12 not defined on current line, because they don't know what is 12. This 12 is not understood by this basic language. If I write in the 14 number line that 12, this is 12, then see the line is going and we will be writing print I cannot understand. I cannot understand what you are saying. This thing will be printed and then end our program. And now if we go and run things, so go to 10. So let's see what is the output. And then here question mark already comes if we give input x in the sense if we give 5 and then okay, so you like 5 and then here I cannot understand. Okay, so why is it coming? Because I have already said that it will always be in a flow. So for ending that flow we can here give something else, which is go to 15, and if we write 15 and here again we have to write 15. Okay, so go to 15, and now let's see that like this jumping and all means after saying okay, so you like 5, then go to 15 means it will just it just like when a driver or a stuntsman drives a bike, and in the road if he goes and say there are some bumpers like thing which are huge, and then if he goes like this, if there is one river also, he crosses the river and go to other land, like this way it is about go to is one bump and it goes to another thing. So 15, it goes to 15, we are describing it. Okay, so if we run like this again, so then what comes, let's see. Okay, so if I write 5, so okay, so you don't like 5, Miss Sophie, if you like 5, you do like 5. Okay, and here it is showing end. Okay, so it has been end. Now if we give, let's see, if we give something called something else, means something else number, if we give and then press and I cannot understand, and this is not coming because directly here is one bump and it is going into 12. So this is the function of go to function also. Line number go to, then again line number, this is the structure. Then comes our for and next. So it comes our for and next means problem or statement, you can say that it comes our for and next. So here let's write something and let's delete it, because we are going to make these types of programs many things, so don't need of saying that why have you deleted, I want to see that, I want to copy that, I want to make one file. But let me show you, tell you one thing, that the amount of knowledge I have given you in these recent classes, you can build anything like calculator also. Okay, but you cannot design anything because I have not taught you that. So now let's write something for and next. So let's write n is equals to I say 1. Okay, so I say that n is equals to 1, and then in the next line we write for we can say next for if I say n to 10 and then the expected for, here see, here something error comes, that expected for name equals to start to end. So for n equals to we can write for n equals to 1 to 10. Okay, so for n equals to 1 to 10, here let's remove it, and now here let's write let's write print n. Okay, so I write print n and here next n. If I write this next n, it also goes to this 4, because n here is that n is defined here. So for n equals to 1 to 10 means 1 to 10 n has to be printed, and print n and then next n, and then end our program. So let's write run. So what is the thing coming, let's see. Okay, so yes, so the thing I'm wanting to show you, that for n equals to 1 to 10 print n. So what is this n? N is 1 and to 10. So it is going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and at 10. We do not have to write the print 1, print 2, print 3, print 4 ... up to 10. We do not have to write. If we write just these 4 sentences, then our that problem has been solved, because for and next is our very good feature. It helps us to just do that type of things. It can be for ABCD also. We can say it can be or ABCD also. So let's see some ABCD things. For y equals to for y equals to a, and then print y equals to a to z, and then print is y, and then next y means going to here, and a equals to a, then it will be printing b c d like this up to z. Let's see what happens. Okay, sorry, here something else has been done. Okay, sorry, let me tell you one thing, that these do not understand. I have just forgotten, it was something else, so sorry, it do not happens in the a b c d. Okay, so a b c d is not understood by it. Okay, so let's now leave it. We can write a b c d also. Okay, so now it is not understood by it, so for and next has been done. It is very much easy for us to understand. So let's write here that for and next feature. Okay, sorry, next feature, it makes us our work WRK very easy. It works, sorry, it writes something, it writes any series for us. It writes any series for us. As we know, in the Excel, if we drag things like if I go to Excel, where is my Excel? Okay, so Microsoft Excel worksheet, and now if I open here, let's see something. Okay, so if I write 1 and then enter, then 2 and then enter, and then 3 and enter, if we click on drag, and here if we just come, it is coming as 1, and here autofill option copy cells means 1 is I have selected, and it will be copied everyone. Fill series. What is series? 14 means there is one series coming, and here is either all. Now I am not teaching you the Excel, so let's remove it, don't save. And so our for and next has been done. So I will be saying thank you for today. Okay, so thank you for today. So meeting you in the next video. For that time, be safe, be happy, and don't forget to go and see my notes also. Okay, notes are the most important thing for learning. So thank you.